Hi, the biggest change in about the last 10,000 years actually happened quite recently. And that was when we as people went through the clouds, not just with building, but with technology. Currently, we have total connectivity. Everybody on the planet is connected. We have over 6 billion mobile phones, over 6 billion mobile phones. That is 2.5 billion more mobile phones than toothbrushes. More people have phones than access to toilets or drinking water. And within those 6 billion mobile phones, we have 1 billion smartphones. That is a total change because this number of 1 billion smartphones was reached in only 6 years. So the smartphones are just going to school now. They're very, very young. It's only 6 years since we reached that. Never before did also technology spread so fast. It used to be that only the rich people can afford it. Now everybody can afford a phone and a smartphone. Technology is basically everywhere. What is the effect of this total connectivity? Well, one big effect obviously is progress. When things change, you move. When you move, you go forward in whatever direction, and that is progress. What is progress and what drives progress? Progress is not how smart you are, said an article in Scientific American this month, but how connected you are. If you are the village with the smartest baker, all you can do is bake. If you are a village with an average baker, average shoemaker, average theater player, average fisherman, you have much more progress because this connectivity will create new things. So when you create progress, you do that often where roads connect. Most of our cities are built where roads did connect or rivers connect. So connectivity is where progress happens. In cities, crossroads make those cities, and in cities you can exchange goods, even if you don't have money, as we heard today. In cities you can change ideas, even if you don't come up with the idea, but there are people around you with ideas. And today the city is basically happening online. And that's why we call the city of today digital urbanization. We have digital cities. You can live in a totally remote town, even on an island or even on a ship, and you can connect to everybody. You have basically everybody connecting to you. That's digital urbanization. Who are the citizens of digital urbanizations? Currently, or last year in 2012, we had 51% machines online. So online, the web that you know is populated mainly by machines. But still there's 49% humans. So that look at the humans and how they live. So from those humans that make the internet, the big thing obviously is that through a machine they are connected to the internet. And that changed us. There's this famous saying that says, first we invent technology, and then this technology reinvents us. It reinvents the way we work, the way we live, the way we perceive stuff. And it also changed the way a target group is. What kind of people are they? We used to talk about Generation X, Generation Z and stuff, and now we talk about a generation that's called Generation Connected. Generation Connected is not a demographic. It is not an age. It's a lifestyle. It's an attitude. And actually, with Generation Connected, 60% of those people are offline for less than 1 hour a day. We used to switch off the phones at night. Now a phone is the last thing we look at at night and the first thing we look at in the morning. 68% of managers get extremely nervous when they cannot check emails at least every half hour. You might know that when you work and there's a meeting, the people have to check the email. 10% of people find it okay to check messages while having sex. Yeah, I like it too. Generation Connected also lives in the now. The messages are immediate. There's no more patience. I just SMS'd with my son, who is very far away, and I got nervous when I didn't get an answer within 8 seconds. So you basically live in the now. Now is very, very important. WhatsApp and stuff like that, all those things work now. I was in Los Angeles recently, and there was a big research done at the university in Santa Monica, actually, about technologies that teenagers use, 10th grade technology. And they do not use stuff like Facebook anymore. They use other things, like, for instance, Snapchat. I don't know if you know Snapchat, but Snapchat lets you share information for seconds before they self-destruct. So you can take a photo, and 7 seconds later, it's over. This trend is so big that it has a name. The name of this trend is nowism. Nowism is very emotional. That's why if you look at messages of kids, it's mainly lol, grr, smileys. It's not information, because it basically is just an emotional connection. Nowism is very emotional, and that's innate to us. When we are born and we cry for mom, all mom has to do is to say gulu, 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 no information. And the important thing is that this gulu, gulu is fast. Much better than half an hour later, oh, are you feeling well? Which is appropriate sentence, but it's too late. What is an emotion? An emotion is not happening in us. If you look at the word, it moves the world around us. So when the baby cries, the mom and the dad come to the baby. So the baby influences the world around it and makes the people come to it. Emotions are very big drivers, and now we have digital emotions. Emotions are also a part of not only humans, but of everybody. There's a famous writer called Kurt Vonnegut, and in one of his books he said, what do two birds say when they say craw, craw? And what they say is, I'm here, me too. And then they feel good. And when you write an SMS, I'm home in 5 minutes, there's no information. That's stupid information. But the emotion is very, very relevant. So the emotional content basically just says, I love you, I'm thinking about you, whatever the content is. So we are now communicating emotionally. Nowism is also very trustworthy. If you have a bad grade, a C in America is a bad, not so good grade, in math, on a report card, which is a trustworthy document, and then somebody says to you, oh, he got much better in math. Without any proof, you trust that person. Why? Because that information is now. So you trust iffy information that is now more than a stamped document that is old. So nowism is very, very trustworthy. Nowism is also very attractive and effective. If you sell stuff and it's only cheap on the weekend, Black Friday offers and stuff like that are 500% more effective than if it's cheaper all the time. So if you're a salesperson, lower the price for only a very short amount of time, and 5 times more people will buy your product because you have the fear of missing out. Nowism is also addictive. We have all the mobile phones in the pocket, and the mobile phones is constantly pulling us and saying, hey, hang on, hello, stuff happens, and it happens now. Check it out now. There's stuff happening. You're sitting here, but on the Facebook wall, stuff is happening, emails are happening, much more interesting than the talk. So everybody has to look at what is happening, and they have the fear of missing out, as I said before, and that's why certain people cannot function without mobile connectivity. I know people that have major difficulties taking a shower when they're waiting for a call or a message because they're afraid that they might miss that message if it's an important one. So it is very, very addictive. We therefore crave ever more connectivity. It's not that we say now connectivity is enough, we want more connectivity. We want connectivity between devices. We basically want the information that's on our laptop to be on our mobile phone, to be on our tablet and stuff like that. If that wouldn't work, we would be very, very unhappy. So the connectivity has to be within the devices also. That is inside the actual device. So consumers, this is research from this year, are focusing on fewer multifunction devices. It used to be that you buy a telephone that can just call, a radio that you can just listen to music to, a TV that does TV. Now you want everything in one. If your TV is not connected to the web, you say, what kind of a TV is that? I'm not connected to the web. If your iPad couldn't show TV stations, you would say, what kind of a tablet is that? You basically want everything in one device.